comic book fans, welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now unfortunately this week I was very disappointed with the selection of books that came out. And so instead of just calling it a day and going, you know what, I quit this bitch, I decided to focus on 3 books in particular that came out from Image and Skybound Entertainment. And what do all 3 have in common? Well, the one writer, Robert Kirkman. So let's get on to this special Image/Robert Kirkman episode. First off, we have Guarding the Globe #1. It's written by Robert Kirkman and Benito Cereno, and art by Ransom Getty. Now, we've always seen the Guardians of the Globe throughout the pages of Invincible, ever since like issue 7 or something like that. And with the main title being as popular and jam-packed with all these superheroes, Robert Kirkman finally got the chance to have their own little like JLA Avengers type book for just that team alone. We open in the book with the Guardians battling against the Flaxons, which are these aliens from another dimension, and time moves differently over there, so every time they try to invade Earth in our dimension, they always have to have chronal displacers to make time stand still so they don't age, because if the displacers were to be interrupted, then they age rapidly and die. Well, Robot knows that this is never going to stop because they're always going to come, they're always going to get defeated, they're always going to come home and come back even stronger than before. So he and Monster Girl, after the displacers are found and destroyed, jump into the dimension before it closes, and now they're off to, you know, go fight or try to get peace in that dimension. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Cecil's kind of freaking out because all of his heavy hitters are gone now. Monster Girl and Robot, they're on another dimension. Invincible just went up to some Vulturemite thing in space, and then we have like the Immortal and Duplicate in retirement. They're not going to come back out. His only main hitter is Brit, and they give him a nice new suit in which he's able to fly, and then we also get to see Black Samson, Bulletproof, Shapesmith, and then we get introduced to a new team who's been a new member recruited to the team, Yeti, all the way out in the Himalayas. So Cecil's plan is to now have all these heroes under one umbrella. Instead of just one team, have like a whole army, just in case anything ever happens on Earth, they will be prepared. So it was a really fun issue. You got a cliffhanger of the Order, the secret bad guy team coming back into play. So if you like Invincible, if you're a big fan of that whole universe and that team, this is a new ongoing. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I had fun with this issue. You will too. Next up from Image and Robert Kirkman, we have Invincible #74 with art by Ryan Ottley. Now, this is one issue away from the big 75 issue spectacular. The Vulturemite War is still going on, and we see it's starting up in this issue on Telescira, and it's like kind of like the Coruscant where the Coalition of Planets is based at, and we have one in particular, Thaddeus, who's been a Vulturemite, who distanced himself from his own race many millennia ago. He is the one leading the charge. Vulturemites invade their little part of the world, and now it's like Alan the Alien, Tech Jacket, all these guys come together, the Coalition of Planets, as it were, for this one final battle, or so they think. And meanwhile, they're thinking, where's Invincible? Where's Omni-Man? Where's Omniboy? Well, Invincible finally wakes up on the planet, asks like, okay, what happened? Did I kill him? And they're like, no, you believe me. He Warpath, or he's defeated. You don't have to worry. But we got to get back into the battle because now that you're finally healed, they need us. And so they enter the fray, and there's a huge fight. Spaceships blowing up, thousands and thousands of people dying, and the Vulturemites once again make a speedy retreat. And they find out from one of the spies that they're going to regroup on Voltrum and then have a counterattack, and it's going to be all of them. Like, this is the last stand. This is what's going to be going on in issue number 75. If you're a huge fan of Invincible like me, this was jam-packed with all this action, all this great scenes, and there's just the story so great. I cannot wait until the next issue. Number 75 is going to be amazing, insane. It's going to blow your mind, and with Ryan Ottley's art, yeah, it's going to be gruesome too. I can tell you that. And finally this week we have, also from Image and Robert Kirkman, Science Dog Special #1. Now you might be asking yourself, whoa. I've seen Science Dog before. I mean, it's Mark's, Invincible's favorite superhero in his comic world, but wasn't this a backup? Yes, it was a backup. It's combining two backup stories, two 12-page, backup stories into a nice one issue from Invincible number 25 and Invincible number 50. These happen every 25 issues. You're going to see the conclusion to this story in Invincible number 75. And so this is a nice time to release this special just to get you caught up on Science Dog. You find out the origin story of how he was a normal dog in the science lab. He falls a ball into a time machine, and he gets, evolves millions of years into the future, and then he's able to walk and talk like a man, but he's still a dog of science, as it were. And then the other guy who went into the time machine with him, he has telekinesis powers, and they've been battling ever since. Well, now he's on a warpath downtown. Science Dog has to come in after battling for a princess in another dimension, kick his ass, but then he disappears all of a sudden. And one of his team members, Daniel, has to, go in his wheelchair into his own mech suit to go fight against the guy named Walter. So you're wondering, where did Science Dog go? And apparently he's been beamed up by aliens. So now we're going to see what happens with that one in issue number 75 of Invincible. So it was fun stuff. It's reprints, but you can't get them anywhere else unless you're going to go back and buy Invincible number 25 or Invincible number 50. So for $3.50, it's a good deal, especially if you're like this character, like I do. It was fun. Well, that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there you can subscribe to us on iTunes, on the RSS feed, go read the Book of the Month reviews, go chat on the forums, etc. Also, if you want to listen to any of the audio reviews, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com/geekytalkie. This week I interviewed Casey Green, web cartoonist extraordinaire. Fun interview. If you like his stuff, you're going to like that interview as well. Also, if you like any of the kick-ass t-shirts that you usually see me wearing, head on over to www.deadlinegraphics.net. Send Kelly an email. He does the best of custom-made t-shirts, and he's the only name that I trust when it comes to my comic book t-shirts. Also, big shout-out to Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com. They have the best of U.S. comic books, manga, and collectible toys imported straight from Japan, and many of the titles I talked about this episode you can buy on their online store. rsc-online.com. Thanks again for being my sponsor. So, like I said, that does it for this week. Hopefully next week I will have a lot more fun with my comics, because this week I was just very blah. But, now that this is over, I can go rewatch UFC number 118 or go watch the Emmys tonight, because money's on Bryan Cranston again for getting Best Male Lead in a drama for Breaking Bad. Great, great TV show. But anyway, enough about that. This has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I've been your host, Cammy. Sayonara, suckers.